Hey, thank you for taking a few minutes. I got some clips I put together of a sermon I preached in Vail a few months ago, and I'm not sure that the ride is over. This sermon has become increasingly relevant in my own life. It's a sermon about the motorcycle, the chair, and the milkshake. You'll see what I mean. Stick around, and after these sermon clips, I'll share with you the rest of the story. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. What becomes really hard is when the pastor has to go home and live it out himself. The last 3 years of my life, I've had to live this in a way that I never wanted to live this. And so we scheduled the surgery. It was on January 4th of 2021, and the doctor told me, he said, everything fell apart when we went in there. We took the cornea off, and I turned around to get the new cornea and put it in, but basically your eye just fell apart. And my idea of abundant life is this. I've always, in a sense, prided myself in being the dad that gets on the ski lift and goes to the top of the mountain with my 3 boys and snowboards down, and I beat them every time. I'm that dad. That's abundant life to me. It wasn't God's plan for my abundant life. After a few more surgeries and 4 months went by, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, your eye has given up. So I had it removed at the end of May 2021, and I was done. I was exhausted. I told the pastors, I'm not going to make it through 2021. I will help you find what's next. You're a new pastor. I will help you merge with another congregation. I will help you sell the building. Whatever that looks like, I will help you, but I'm not making it through 2021. I don't even know if I can make it through the summer of 2021. And my spring of 2021 looked something like this. Any given week, surgery on Monday, contentious elder meeting on Wednesday, preach on Sunday, surgery on Monday, very contentious elder meeting on Wednesday. A Wednesday morning, find out I'm losing my eye. Wednesday night, very contentious elder meeting. In June of 2021, at the end of June, we had our last service, and it was a 65-year-old church, and the service, it was beautiful. Closing a church doesn't have to be all tears and a terrible, awful thing. I'm without an eye. I'm without a job. I was at a conference this week talking about pastors. The conference was about pastors and how they fared during COVID and what a pastor's life is like now. And I heard this word, I never heard it before, called betrayal trauma. I baptized your kids. I performed your wedding. I sat by your hospital bed when you were sick. I was there when the doctor told you it was cancer. I performed the funeral of your wife. And now when I'm hurting, and now when I need help and when I'm down, I just get kicked by you while I'm down. That's betrayal trauma. And so July, August 2021, trying to navigate with only one eye, and this betrayal trauma just like a ton of bricks. And the church was very gracious in sponsoring us for our first year. They paid our salary for our first year with the missions organization that we work with, but it was just for a year. It's been almost 3 years. I have had to learn to trust God. This verse has had to become a reality in my life, and man, I'm not there yet. I'm being honest. In the Hebrew, has everything to do with rest. So the root word ba'ata, the root word ba'a means to lay prostrate. And the sense is that you lay prostrate like you're a servant, and the master stands above you, and he could take his sword and cut your head off, or he could bless you. So it's this very helpless place. What this passage is telling us is get to that helpless place where you can just lay on the ground before the Lord and trust Him. Get there. Your first time on the back of a motorcycle, that is not easy. Because the driver wants to go around the curves and you feel out of control. And so he goes this way, what do you want to do? And if you go this way, what's going to happen? You're going to throw the motorcycle off balance and you could wreck that motorcycle. Or sometimes you just want to put your foot down. But if you do, you're going to wreck the motorcycle. Best thing to do on the back of a motorcycle, again, is get close, hang on. Become one with the driver. And you can rest. Is this trusting the Lord with all my heart? I'm taking some weight off, right? But I'm still leaning on some of my own understanding. How about this? Is this trusting the Lord with all my heart? No, because I still have some weight here. But it isn't restful. This isn't restful. And I think oftentimes we live life right here. And if I'm honest, the last 2.5 years of my life have mostly been maybe more like this. Only here when I'm leaning not on any of my own understanding, only here can I find rest. I want more days here. I want more days here. Proverbs 3, 7, and 8, the passage goes on. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Wise in your own eyes. That's like, hey, driver, I know a better way. Let me help you lean in the right direction. That's wise in your own eyes. I love the second part of this verse because it says it will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Sometimes I wonder, and this week I wondered, because you know what stress does to your body? Chronic fatigue. And I was reading this week a little bit about this new term that I learned, betrayal trauma. When you hold on to it and you don't deal with it, it causes all kinds of autoimmune issues. And your body can't fight infection like it should. I just look back on my life, I'm like, if I learned to get close to the driver and hang on and trust, I don't know, maybe things would have been different. I want to challenge you to get close to the driver and hang on. You don't need to understand. You just need to lean. Don't put your feet down, just lean. I've got to be honest, I continue to struggle to put my feet up and trust. 2 months after I preached this sermon, I had a motorcycle accident at the local motocross track. 9 broken ribs, broken clavicle, 5 days in the hospital, surgery to repair my clavicle, doctor's orders. Sit in your chair, put your feet up, and rest 6 to 8 weeks. It's as if God forced me to put that sermon into action. And now I don't have a choice. God says, get close, hang on, put your feet up, and trust. I don't remember anything from the day of the accident until late into the evening. One of my first memories, I'm laying in the ICU, I could barely move. My boys brought me a shake from In-N-Out. Some of you know that at In-N-Out on the bottom of their cups they put a Bible verse. Guess what? My Bible verse, Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart. As if God was speaking right to me. Okay, man, now you don't have a choice. Some days I feel like He crushed me. I've heard it said before that if you don't rest, God will make you rest. Get close, hang on, put your feet up, and trust the driver. Now, I know some of you have been through and are going through a whole lot worse than I've gone through. There's a whole lot worse things that can happen. Worse than losing an eye, breaking your body on a motorcycle, a whole lot worse. Now, I don't know what you're going through. What I can say is get close. Hang on. Put your feet up. Trust the driver. Here's where you will find healing for your flesh and refreshment for your bones. I'm not sure when this ride will end, but it doesn't matter. Right now, I just need to continue to learn to trust. I'm not in control anyways. We're not in control anyways. God has a plan. He has a good plan, and He will direct your path. He sees the road ahead. He will steer. Get close. Hang on. Put your feet up and trust the driver. Now, there's already been a whole lot of good things that have come from this experience. And I could honestly say I wouldn't trade it. Thank you for your prayers. As I get close, put my feet up and hang on. Pray that God would bring healing to my flesh and refreshment to my bones. And I'll pray for you as well. Please leave a prayer request in the comments. Message me. Send me, Carrie, an email. We would love to pray for you as well. Thanks for listening.